So today at the garden, we prepared ekpang, an old Efik delicacy, which I love very much. But I couldn't find water yam, so I made do with cocoyam. Then I used pumpkin leaf and the vegetable. That's the one they call green, because I couldn't even get cocoyam leaf. So I'm going to show you the process we use in making this meal. I use a lot of pomo, a lot of sea snail. Then we use scent leaf for good flavor. Because at the end of the meal, it's always nice to cut this up into tiny pieces, and then you add it in the meal when it's done, then stir it up fresh. So why I love this meal is that it contains a lot of green vegetables, so the leaves especially, so it's a very, very healthy meal. So first of all, we put the infi, that's the, in case of most of you that don't know what we call infi, that type of sea snail that's always in the shell that they use to cook most soup like afang. That's what we call infi. So the infi is in the pot first, then we use the ugu to wrap the grated cocoyam into nice rolls, then place them in the pot after rubbing palm oil inside the pot so that it doesn't get sticky. Then once that is done, the first layer, you can now add some spices, because already the grated cocoyam has already been spiced a bit with salt and some other spices of my choice. So basically after the first layer, we add periwinkle or infi again, add some spice to it, then we keep rolling. So we're using the ugu first, then we're using the green right after the ugu. So this is me pounding my crayfish to make sure it gives me the texture I want before I add it. So when I said ugu, I meant pumpkin leaf. So this is pomo, then we have the parboiled sea snail. Then we now go for the last layer, which we are using the vegetable. Most people in Nigeria, they call it green, to make these wraps. Then drop it inside the pot again. For the final step, add my spices and my crayfish, my properly sliced pomo, very soft. Then I add hot water, because you have to put hot water, not cold water, hot water into the meal. Then after this, you're not going to stir it. You just take it and put it on the fire and let it steam. You know, we already made like 3 layers. So the pot should be covered at this point. Then we wait for it to steam for a bit. When we're sure that it's steaming, then we can now open to check so that we can now put in oil. Some people might like this meal very oily, but I don't like too much oil, so I'm only going to put the quantity I know will still give me what I want and still come out nice. So I add some palm oil into the pot while it's steaming, just a little bit. Then once I'm done with the palm oil, I'll just cover the pot back again. I'm not going to stir the pot, if not all the wraps are going to scatter. So after applying the palm oil, you cover it. So this is it again, adding the scent leaf I told you about. Gives it a good flavor. So you add the quantity you want. So I love vegetables, so I added enough scent leaf to it. Then at this point, the food is ready. So you just stir. Now is the time that you can actually stir the meal, because it's ready. So some might scatter, but majority will still be wrapped, and moreover, it's still gonna taste very good, because a lot of, you know what I mean now, a lot of many are inside this pot. So every bite is going to count, whether it's snail, pomo, assorted meat, smoked fish. So at this point now, my Ekpang Nkukwo is ready, or let me say my cocoyam Ekpang Nkukwo is ready. So I'm taking out my reserve first before I start to do anything. I need to take out my reserve. for later. Like I said, it's my favorite meal.